Hey, somebody needs to clean the brushes. You have? Excellent. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. You are listening to The Professional Noticer. Hello, everyone. I'm Andy Andrews. Hey, thank you for making me a part of your week. My purpose here today and with every show we do is to play the part of a best friend or a coach. I want to help you live the life of your wildest dreams by giving you access to the greatest mentors the world has to offer today. This week, The Professional Noticer is sponsored by Books for Veterans. The Veterans Administration in Washington, D.C. has asked for some books. And we said, well, how many books do you want? We'll be glad to. And they said 10,000. We're like, really? Okay. Well, I'm doing as many as I can, but we need your help. All right. We've done this before. And so this is the second 10,000. But just like last year, I'm personally donating as many as I can. But to reach 10,000 again, come on, guys. So what we have done to make this easier and even more fun for you are these awesome Books for Veterans t-shirts. So when you purchase a t-shirt, a hardcover book will be sent to the Veterans Administration in your name. The shirt, of course, will come to you. If you'd rather just donate the books, for every $12 donation you make, another hardcover, Traveler's Gift, Noticer, Heart Mender, 7 Decisions, or Butterfly Effect will go to the Veterans Administration for veterans, for their families, and for employees of the VA. That $12 covers the cost of the hardcover book, the shipping, the handling, everything. So whether you can spread the message of Books for Veterans by wearing the t-shirt, or you just want to make this a personal gift or a corporate donation, go to andyandrews.com/veterans. This can be added to a website purchase or done as an individual entry. And thank you very much for your support. All right, observations and answers. That's what we do here on The Professional Noticer. And we love it when somebody comes to the table with both. We have an exciting guest today, an award-winning guest, a guest we have been holding back on you with. We knew we were going to have this guest on, but we have been waiting for the perfect time. And as you know, Pink Ernie and Blue Fred and The Big Prank is out, sweeping across the nation. And we're very proud of this book. But this book would not be what it is, without our guest. Our guest grew up in Kansas City, went to school in Pensacola, got married after college to her now husband, who was also in school in Pensacola. They settled in Pensacola, and thank God we found Briana Spence, because she is the fabulous illustrator of this book. Briana, thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Thanks for all those kind words, too. That's so nice.
Well, we are in awe of your talent. And you recently won another national award. And so we're like, yes. Because we feel like we won too, you know.
Oh, I'm so excited about this, though. We were just talking about how I really haven't even deep dove into it, because every time I get a copy, it's just confiscated from me. So I'm so excited to actually
Don't you like how it feels?
I love it. It's such I don't know. I feel like for someone who likes to feel nice products, it just feels so good. It's like one of those soft touch.
Yeah, we wanted that, because with kids, for kids to touch it, feel it, and to feel Pink Ernie and Blue Fred.
Yes.
And for those of you who may not be familiar with Pink Ernie and Blue Fred, Pink Ernie is an elephant. Blue Fred is a mouse, and they are best friends. And Pink Ernie and Blue Fred and The Big Prank is all done in rhyme. And so with every rhyme that is done in this book, there's a corresponding picture. And so, just the first of it. There once were two animals, neither lived at the zoo, an elephant who was pink and a mouse who was blue. The pink elephant was Ernie. The blue mouse was named Fred. They ate the same food. They used the same bed. Their house was unusual, made of sticks, straw, and rocks. They built it to protect them from the mean purple fox. And so all these animals are different colors, and the story is about being different and still being friends. It's a story of bullying because of that mean purple fox, Ray, and about eating your vegetables.
I love that page. That vegetable page is so fun.
You know, what did your, I want to show, and I know Matt is showing some pictures from this while we're talking, but what was your creative process? How did that go when you were working on these illustrations? Because you showed us black and white at first.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my gosh, this is like coming to life. So what was your creative process?
Yeah. So basically, I remember your team reaching out to me, and I only had really a few days. So I hadn't read the whole like script of the book or anything yet. So I was just given a little snippet, and I was like, okay, an elephant. I don't even think I knew at the time pink or blue. I don't remember, but I don't think I did. So I was like, an elephant and a mouse. And so I'm like, okay, how does that work? Well, for me, my process always goes, I always start off just by sketching it out, like with a paper and pencil, just old-fashioned, nothing.
Right.
So I'm like sketching out all these different ideas. And pretty much actually right off the bat, I always knew that I wanted them to be very happy, like very just kind of fun-loving, because they're a little mischievous. Like you hear in the book, they like it's in the big prank. They like to play pranks. So I was like, okay, what's something that's really like fun and kind of, laughing. And I think I watched a lot of like Tom and Jerry as a kid, but not
Me too.
Weirdly enough, like not for the mouse. I kept picturing Tom as like the elephant, which is funny, but like the big smile and the kind of like the goofy expressions. So I think a lot of that played in. But then after I read the whole book, and especially for Ray, I was trying to come up with like, how do you make a fox? Because like in the end, I mean, I don't want to give the whole story away, but like he's not the villain in the end. Like he comes around,
Right,
he has a change of heart. So how do you make him look like the bad guy without being like the bad guy? And that was hard at first, trying to be like, okay, how do we get Ray to really represent this? Well, apparently I just watched too much TV in general, because my grandma always watched, you know what Hogan's Heroes is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, as a kid, I have seen like every episode of that, which I don't even know if any of my friends would know. Oh my gosh,
that's the monocle.
The monocle.
Clink.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because Clink is like he's the bad guy, but he's kind of endearing. Like you don't hate him all the time, right?
Can I hug him?
Yes.
Dismiss.
And that's where that came from with Ray.
That is hilarious.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
yes.
We love Hogan's Heroes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so.
But see, like no one would know that. So it's like a little insider,
Yeah, see, that is great. I love inside jokes. So. That is awesome. What was your, I was going to say, what was your inspiration? I guess it was Hogan's Heroes. But
well, in the jungle.
yeah, Hogan's Heroes in the jungle. So, I mean, every time I look through this book, I see something different, which is perfect because, for a children's book, the illustrations are just as important as the words. And I just love you've got Blue Fred leaning against his door,
he's a little sassy.
Yeah. I just love it. So how were you inspired to write all these? So we got Clink. It was your inspiration for the fox. What about Pink Ernie and Blue Fred?
So with Blue Fred, it's interesting because he's small compared to the other characters, but that means that we wanted him to have the biggest personality. He's kind of, in my head, he's kind of the instigator. He's the one that's like, come on, like, let's go do this.
Sure, yeah.
So any pose or anything that he has to be a little more like, I'm here, like I have showed up. So anytime you see him interacting throughout the book, he's very much like, I am here, like I'm here for the good time. He's gonna run the party, basically. So that's kind of where his inspiration came from. And then, like I said, with Pink Ernie, I just really wanted to be happy. It's just a really happy, fun-loving
I just got to say,
guy.
After you said that about Blue Fred, now I'm just flipping through the book, and you're right, because even One night Ernie Elephant lay down on his bunk with Fred the Blue Mouse curled up in his trunk. And when Fred is in his trunk, he's like this.
Mm-hmm. He is.
All right, so about Pink Ernie.
Yeah, and then Pink Ernie, it's like you would almost expect that, I don't know, growing up you always hear, elephants are afraid of mice and the whole back and forth, which I did Google that, and apparently that's not true at all. They just get spooked. I don't know. But I was like, okay, how do they interact? Because Pink Ernie is a large animal, right? So he needs to be a little more docile, I guess you would say, to interact with a little mouse. So he's just more of like the fun kind of, almost like the sidekick, even though you expect the elephant to be the main one. I mean, they're both the main characters, but he's the one that's like going to make it happen. So with like me and my sister, she's going to see this and then I'm going to be in trouble. But basically, there's always one of us that comes up with the plan and then the other one drags the other sister into it. And that's kind of how I see their relationship a little bit. Like one of them has the big idea and then one of them's like, we'll make this happen. So that's kind of how I envisioned them, and then they came to life. So yeah, just wanted him to be happy. And of course, I think Blue Fred, even with his fashion sense, he kind of steals the show. He's just out there. He's not ashamed.
Did you have any issues, any challenges, any problems doing this other than working with me, I suppose?
Not at all. Basically, the only issue, not even issue, I would say, but like challenge was because of the scale. So when you're having a mouse and an elephant, that is, you have to make sure that basically if you look, I think most of the pages have Blue Ernie towards the front because you don't want him getting lost. So making sure that he's not in the background, because he is, like, his name's in the title. He's a main character, so he's got to stand out. So anytime you see Blue Ernie, he's kind of in the forefront, showing off a little bit.
I see that now. Mm-hmm. I see that, like on that picture, he's in the front.
Yes.
And so that makes him bigger to the viewer, and it doesn't seem weird that Pink Ernie is a little smaller in the picture. That is brilliant.
So that's how we kind of work.
What is that called? Perspective?
Forced perspective, I think. Yeah. Or that's what Disney does, but I don't know.
That is really, really good. And so you had to take that into account.
Yes. So anytime I was sketching out the whole initial layout for it, I was like, he was kind of my first thought, like, where is Pink Ernie going to go? Because he can't get lost in the scene.
So were there any of these illustrations that you did that you, like what was one that you went, I know what I'm doing here, and it turned out just like you did? Or was there one that you went, I'm not satisfied with that, and you kind of reworked it? What are both extremes on that?
Well, can I show you my favorite?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
What
allowed?
is your favorite?
Okay. So this.
Oh, you can't choose that one because that's my favorite.
Is it your favorite?
That is my favorite.
Look how happy he is. And he's got his blanket as a cape because he's the superhero,
and he's
right?
just easing along,
Yes, and it's so colorful and fun. So this is my favorite. And honestly, this one came pretty easily. Like this one was one that I just knew, loved it. So there is, I'm sure you'll remember, we cut one of the designs. I think we only cut one illustration out of the whole bunch at the end because we just couldn't get the layout right. It wasn't telling the story right, but we actually incorporated the outline of that one that we didn't end up using into the back here. So if you remember, this one was the one where it was like we were trying to show down into the hole that they had dug, but it just wasn't
that's right,
communicating it. So this one was probably
they were digging to trap the purple fox. And so
that was probably the most challenging. But look, we still included it. Had a little moment.
We're able to use that.
Yep. And we had to modify it a little bit.
And so the one where you were showing him down in the hole that is filled with ice.
Yes. Which I think, was it this one? I think it was this one. Was it this one right here?
Yes. Yeah, that was it. Mm-hmm. And
I love how this one turned out.
Yeah,
I'm really happy we went with this direction.
I do too.
So
I love you showing Pink Ernie and Blue Fred from behind.
And Blue Ernie's got his little personality still.
Oh yeah,
he's still owning it.
That kind of cocky little thing with with the superhero cape on there. And I just, what are, this is when they're getting to be friends now.
Yes.
They're starting to be friends because see, the whole thing is that the purple fox, his main diet was blue mice. He would eat, I'll show you read the part of that. Let's see. The fox was a grouch, and he snacked on blue mice. He'd cut off their tails. He was not very nice. That mean purple fox, his name was Ray. If you listened real closely, you could hear him say, "I eat colored critters." Yes, that's what I said. And I'm especially hungry for a blue mouse named Fred. And so they turned him, And so I just think it's so funny how they trapped him and...
They got him.
Yeah, and your illustrations are just
much better dinner than mice. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm telling you. What are there any other behind the scenes?
Okay, do you want to know something really fun about my second favorite page, which is this one? Okay, so I don't know, the one with their house.
Oh yeah.
I think you're gonna like this. Okay, so I grew up traveling a lot, and I lived a lot of times in a 40-foot travel trailer. So when I was in college, I was like, I want to build a tiny house. So, those how tiny houses are really popular. So one summer, I literally came up with the plans for a tiny house. This is that tiny house.
No way.
That obviously never happened because, maybe someday. But as of now, it hasn't happened. So this is actually the tiny house with the colors changed a little bit that I wanted to build.
God had a purpose for
Isn't that
design.
funny? I know. So there you go. That was something that I came up with years ago.
That is so great. I will never look at this picture and not think about that.
I think there's another interior picture. Yep. So this one right here, that was actually part of my design for the tiny house too. Was that little stairwell and everything.
I love that. And Pink Ernie asleep up there with Blue Fred in his trunk. I'm telling you, your kids are gonna love this book. And if you have friends who have children, or if you have grandchildren, or if you have children in your church or in your country club or wherever you see children, this is a great this is a great gift for them because it has the things you want them to learn. These guys are all different. They're different colors. And one of them's even mean to the other ones. And then they turn out to be friends. And not only that, he eats his vegetables. They turn him from a blue mice diet into a vegetable lover. And so it's I only see one problem for you with this book and your children or grandchildren. I'm not so far away from having read to my boys, right? And so I just know what it's like when they go, "Dad, read us that one." And I'm like, "Oh God, not that one again." Really? And I would turn 3 pages and they go, "Dad, I think you skipped a couple pages." Okay, I'll go back. And so the only problem with this book is I really believe you're going to have to read it 20 or 30 times.
And because it's in rhyme, they'll probably have it memorized too.
Oh yeah, they will. That's true, isn't it? That is so amazing to me to see. Well, Briana, you have just done an excellent job. And, I've got a gift for you.
Oh, okay.
I have a gift for you. This is your very own Pink Ernie and Blue Fred.
They're so cute.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. Look at that. I have a complete collection now.
Somebody said, "So are you doing the purple fox?" And I said, "We don't do bullies."
Oh.
Yeah, we don't do bullies. So we haven't got a purple fox.
So we don't have a purple
yet.
fox? Okay.
Yeah. So...
that's so fun. These are so soft.
Aren't they?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. These are the most cuddly little stuffed
they're
animals.
really soft. And even for an adult, this
is like a little...
It's a pillow for your airplane ride.
That's so funny. Entertain the kids on the side. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Pass it back to that mom that's struggling.
But those are just
thank you.
Very cuddly.
That's so cute. I love it.
And are you ready to get started on another one?
I'm ready.
Okay, because we've got
another one.
Almost written.
Okay.
A short story book of Pink Ernie and Blue Fred that has
awesome.
Little lessons.
Okay.
Small short stories in rhyme of lessons like making your bed, washing behind your ears, and exercising, these kind of things.
I'm already coming up with ideas. That sounds awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So.
We were going over them yesterday, and we thought, oh, Briana's going to love this, and we said, oh, she'll do this on this. So we're already imagining for you.
I have lots more sketches to go.
Yeah. So what else are you working on?
Currently?
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, we were just talking about it a little bit ago, like me and Matt and some of the team, but I was privileged enough to just win a sign competition for the city of Pensacola, which is, it sounds strange, I guess, if you don't know what it is, but basically
No, we're going to put it up on the
okay.
screen.
Well, there you go.
It is awesome. When we saw you won that, I showed it to Polly, and Polly said, this is incredible. and so we would expect nothing less from you.
It was really out of the blue, but I'm very grateful. And it's kind of cool because it's kind of in my style still. You can kind of see my illustration style coming through a little bit. That wasn't necessarily planned. It's just kind of how it worked out. But yeah, I'm excited. It won't be up for a couple more months, but I'm sure to.
And even though Pink Ernie and Blue Fred have first dibs on your talents, other people can. And we're going to put on the show notes how you can be contacted.
Sure, of course.
Because people with their businesses or with their projects, they can contract with you to do that. And I'll just tell you, she's the best. She's the best, and she's easy to work with. So we're very grateful to you.
Thank you.
Very grateful to you.
I'm so grateful to be a part of it. It was such a fun process, honestly. We had a great time going back and forth and coming up. It was so fun.
And every time the illustrations would come in from you, we would hold them until everybody was standing around. We go, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that.
That's so fun. Hey, let's hope it's the same way with the next one.
It will be.
Is the next one going to be all in rhyme too?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
All in rhyme.
Got to keep the rhyme.
All in rhyme.
So.
And so these are, and then we've got, and you've already done this, and we just haven't gone through a publishing. We've got a coloring book coming too.
I like that.
Yeah.
That is going to be fun. Yeah. Like, I want that for me.
Oh, yeah. So, and you have done such a good job with that. So, anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you so much too. This is great. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah. We will have a lot of fun. And we've also got some other publishing projects that we're looking to say, let's just call Briana.
Let's do it. I'm here. I'm ready for it.
All right. Tell your family, hey.
I will.
And thank you.
I'm going to keep this book from them this time. This will be my copy now.
Yeah, and don't.
I'll keep these guys safe too. No, okay. We'll put them on the shelf. They'll be
good. All right.
Thanks, Andy. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm Andy Andrews, the professional noticer, harnessing common sense and wisdom to plow through challenges all the way to an answer for you. And I think that'll do it for this week. Get us out of here, Matthew. So, ladies and gentlemen, and to the boys and girls who aspire to become ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of another episode of The Professional Noticer. In a world where common sense has become a superpower, I'm harnessing that tiny bit of mental energy I have for you, seeking wisdom, making observations, and endeavoring to answer tough questions in a way that will empower your family and your business. I'm Andy Andrews. Until next week, goodbye. This episode of The Professional Noticer was produced by Matt Lempert. The Noticer theme written and performed by Sugarcane Jane. Yellow number 5 for the cast and crew, provided by Twinkle and Smoke of Beverly Hills. Additional financial consideration provided by Cat Impersonation School for Dogs.edu. Are you a lifelong cat person recently married to someone who wants a dog? Perhaps you have children who are clamoring for canine companionship. Now, you can have the best of both worlds with Cat Impersonation School for Dogs.edu. Cat Impersonation School for Dogs.edu is a specialized educational program easily applied to puppies of all breeds that will satisfy your loved one's longing for a dog, but will maintain the cat behavior you love and expect from an animal. For $995, our top trainers immerse your puppy in an 8-week course that will guarantee cat behaviors for the life of your dog. With the benefit of the expertise from our highly skilled faculty at Cat Impersonation School for Dogs.edu, you can expect your dog to look the other way when you call him. Totally ignore anything you command him to do. Be absolutely void of any cute tricks. To be clear, your dog will never sit, stay, come, fetch, speak on command, lie down, or protect a child. You can expect your dog to destroy curtains and upholstery, leave an acrid, annoying scent around the house, refuse all application attempts of any type of flea and tick spray, cough up beautifully shaped, mucus-encrusted hairballs, and rub against you, depositing shedding hair on your fine clothes for no reason at all. Log on today and chat with one of our specialized trainers. We are Cat Impersonation School for Dogs.edu.